record on this. All right, guys, so we are recording. Hope you got that notification. Welcome to our Sunday night power plan. This is our last power plan of March, which is mind-boggling. I feel like the whole month just kind of flew by. So we are going to talk about month end, diving into this week, because this week leads into a new month. And if you piddle paddle the first 4 days of the week because you think the month's almost over, blah, 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 I'll hit the ground in April, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. So we're going to hit the ground running tonight so that come Friday, April 1st, you are revving and raring to go. And then we'll do like a little bit of housekeeping stuff with just promotions and Thrivepalooza and stuff like that. So first thing we want to do is what we always do first on Power Plan. You're going to log into your cloud. We are going to look at our rate of run. So we only have, what did I just say? We only have 4 days left tonight plus 4 days. So when we do this rate of run, it's going to be pretty daggone accurate. So what you're going to do is go there from that very main page. You're going to go down until you see business snapshot. Click that little drop down, and then it's going to pull up a bunch of information for you. You want to look where it says current QV. You're going to take that dollar amount and you are going to divide it by 27 because today is the 27th day of the month. What we're aiming for here is to find out the daily average of volume that your downline, you and your downline have done every day this month. So you now have a much smaller number because you've divided it by 27. So you're going to take that smaller number and you're going to multiply it by 31 because we have 31 days in March. So based on the average that you've been doing daily, if you continue that average or you continue to run at that rate, you are now looking at what you're estimated to end the month at. Like I said, we've only got 4 days left. So this number is pretty daggone accurate. It's not a death sentence. We do still have 4 days and amazing things can happen in 4 days. We still have a promo today that's running through tonight from Lavelle for, I forget what they called it, but in addition to March Mania, we have the one this for the $400, $800 pack where you get the free product that I can't for the life of me think of what they named it. But anyway, you guys all know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you should. I will just say that. So if you ever hear somebody talking about it's called the weekend promo, Tammy, like that wasn't really that hard to come up with, was it? The weekend promo with free product on upgrade orders. If you ever see someone talking about a promotion from the company or hear someone talking about it and you're like, I don't know what they're talking about, I don't even know if that's a real thing. All you have to do is go into your cloud, go under your resources and go to email history. You will see a copy of the email that they are getting that information from. If you don't see a copy, then it may be a promotion that they are doing on their own. So just be aware of that. Pretty much every question you have about your business is in your cloud. So I just wanted to throw that in. Okay, so now that you know your rate of run, what are we going to do these last 4 days? Are you where you wanted to be? So we need to make sure we keep it and keep moving. Are you below where you needed to be? So we need to analyze what happened this past month that we don't want to happen in the upcoming months, or probably more accurately, what didn't happen in March that should have happened in March to get your volume where you wanted it to go. I'm too close for comfort. Oh, Lacey, that makes me excited. Now I'm not even able to think. Dang it. Okay, good though. That's good. Yeah, we don't want to get comfortable. That's the thing, you guys, like you don't want to get comfortable. This is business. Business is not for comfort. Business is for growth. Business is for changing people's lives. This is for making an impact. I can't think of a business that's just for comfort. Even people that sell comfort, they're selling it to make money. So anyway, definitely keep your eye on the ball. Now is the best time to say, okay, what did I do in March? What didn't I do in March? What am I going to do moving forward? Because that's really where you're going to look. So like if I asked all of you right now to hold up your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sheet from this week, could you? Okay. If you can't, is it because it's empty? Is it because you don't even have one? This is someone who's prepared for the following week because they worked this week. A lot of people want to like hit the ground running on a Monday, but listen, Monday's going to suck if you don't work the 7 days prior. And April's going to suck if you didn't work the month prior. So instead of focusing on what you're going to do tomorrow, let's focus on what we've done and what maybe we haven't done that we need to start doing on a regular basis. Just in case anybody is new on here and you don't know, My favorite 54321 sheet that they have in the cloud is the one that they call, this is the one I printed for this week. It's called the income producing activities. So if you go into the cloud and you go under resources and under training materials, there's a couple to pick from, but the one that says income producing activities actually has the lines where you can put people's names in. And I feel like if you don't have people's names, you just have a sheet of dots, and that's not going to help you at all in life. So please make sure you have those printed out, and don't just print one, like print a couple months at a time. Because for example, I have this one for tomorrow that's blank and clean, but on my follow-up spots tonight while we're together, I'm going to go back through the last few weeks and I'm going to put some names from the last few weeks. So you always want to have, obviously we're focused on the week we're in, but follow-ups don't fall out of the sky. It's from people you reached out to before. Sarah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I just like that one so much better. And I will say, I don't know. Yeah, Lisa's on here. So if any of you are like, I like that sheet, but there's not enough room to write, Lisa Cook actually whipped up her own version where the slots are bigger. And I'm sure if you contact her, she will happily send you that. I know it's in my team page under files, but it's, I want to say it's a PDF or something. I know it's something that she can share with people. So if that's something you need, then dive in. All right, so now that we have that figured out, we don't have any auto ships to check on this week. So what I want to do is I want you guys to we're going to go back into the cloud that I've been kicked out of, apparently. This time I want you to go to the menu in the upper right. You're going to click on those buttons. I want you to go to the My Team button, and then I want you to go down to My Customers. On the very top where it's customer name, customer number, email, scroll over until you see last order and click that bad boy twice. Okay. So I see right away orders that were placed in March, but I also see some people who haven't ordered since February. And I see some people who haven't ordered since January, and so on and so forth, right? These are the people, especially the people who haven't ordered since February. Like I have a girl in here right now. Her last order was her auto ship February 25th. So she clearly did not run her March auto ship. I'm going to touch base with her tomorrow. So right now, while we're together, on your blank sheets or on your calendar for your reach outs tomorrow, actually, this will be a follow-up because these are existing customers. I'm sorry. So you're going to write down the names of 4 people who have not ordered in the month of March. So preferably start with your February's, work your way down to January, wherever you have to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's write those names down. Now, if some of you are new and you're like, listen, everyone in my customer order group has ordered. I have no non-happening customers. Well, good for you. Maybe you should teach the power plan next week instead. But that's okay. You'll get follow-ups otherwise. So I have these 4 names written down and they're on my follow-up sheet for tomorrow. I am not going to follow up and be like, hey, Court, what's up? How come you didn't order this month? That is not how we're going to approach this. I'm going to go peek at her page. I already know that she had something sad and tragic happen in her world, but I'm going to go, let's pretend I don't. I'm going to go peek at her page. I'm going to find out what's going on in her life. I'm going to look at the last time in Messenger or text message that I talked to her. I'm going to see what our conversation was about. I'm going to see if she's got anything on her stories. And I'm going to start talking to her about her and her life in Messenger. So I need to pick someone different because I already, so let's just pretend I don't know that something like that happened. I'm going to go see, right? So let's pretend I don't know. I'm going to go see that she lost her father a couple weeks ago, right? So I'm going to go right in and be like, wow, I'm so sorry. I just read the post about your dad. Like, I'm going to talk to her about her life. I'm not going to talk to her about Thrive. Clearly, the last thing that she probably had on her mind was ordering Thrive, right? And this is a product for humans. And she's a human and she's going through something. So I'm just going to ask her, how are you doing? And I'll let her take over from there. She may or may not want to share. But my advice to you is to start conversations with people about their life, because at some point in time, let's pretend it was just somebody who just didn't order. And I look and it looks like they're doing their normal social media stuff. And I'm just like, hey girl, what's up? I haven't talked to you in a while. Or, hey, I saw you made that funny post. I shared it with my mom. Thanks. It was so cute. Like, I'm going to start conversations with people to find out what's going on. Maybe somehow during the conversation, you're going to find out that somebody's car broke down and that they just had to get their engine rebuilt. And well, obviously they're short on money, right? So you're going to find out things in the conversation. And when you get to the point where you can bring it up, you could even say, you know what, that makes sense because I just realized you didn't order your Thrive last month. Do you need me to push your auto ship to middle of February or to middle of April? I really don't know what month it is. Do you need me to push your auto ship to the middle of April? Like, remember, we have options. Or that's right, that must be why you didn't order your Thrive this month. I remember seeing your name on my list. What would work best for you? Do you want to get just the capsules this month? Do you have anything left over? We can work with it. Like, work with your people. Be customer service. So I know a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, because I used to be this way. If I, like a couple of years ago, if I pulled up, I'm going to be embarrassed, but I'm going to be honest. A couple of years ago, if I pulled up my customer sheet and I saw that these 4 people had not ordered, I'm like, whatever, right? I would have had a really bad attitude. I might have pretended not to, but I would have been like, I saw her posting that they went to this vacation and they had all that, they were doing all this stuff, but she tells me she can't afford it. Like, I would literally go through this whole thing. A, it was a waste of energy. B, it created more negative energy. And C, it did not improve my business any way, shape, or form. So what you have to do is pull yourself out of that. You have a report. You have a report of people that have ordered and a report of people that haven't ordered. We got to find out why they haven't ordered and see if there's possibly an order to be had. And guess what, you guys, every day you could, some of you, if you've been around as long as I have, you could fill up all your follow-ups this week with people who have not ordered. And for those of you that are struggling, that's what I would tell you to do. Fill it up. Find out why those customers dropped off the face of the earth. Maybe they didn't have a good Thrive experience, and maybe you weren't that nice about it when they told you they weren't feeling it or whatever. And so they backed off of it. Reach back out to them. Our goal is to help people feel good. Our goal is to help people do, like, I don't want everyone to buy every product in the Thrive catalog. I'm super happy if people are just on the 3 steps. It's my job to make sure the 3 steps are working the way they should. How do I do that? I put them in a group chat with someone else so someone else can walk them through that. I just stick to the basics every single time. Sometimes you're going to find somebody who just doesn't like Thrive, just doesn't want to thrive. Fine. Okay. Don't worry. You've got a million more names on that list, right? So those are the first 4 that I'm going to talk to tomorrow. In my social media post where it says number 3 and we have 1, 2, 3, for me on number 1, I write the word real, REEL. You might write TikTok, whatever. On number 2, I write story. And on number 3, I write FBIN for Facebook, Instagram. You might write Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is that you're on. Okay. So I don't just say I'm going to do 3 social media somethings. And I don't share a Lavelle post and then a picture of my lunch and call it good, right? I know I'm going to do at least 1 reel tomorrow. And the reason I put reel first is because reels are the things that all the social media platforms are pushing. So if you want your stuff to be seen, go where the attention is going. So number 1 for me is reel. Number 2 for me is stories. Stories are still super, super important. I find myself going through stories and not scrolling. I mean, I scroll through stories, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm going across the top. I'm not like scrolling through the whole thing. And then posts, that's the next thing that you can work on. So I make sure, and I just already put that in the 1, 2, 3 part, because then I don't have a choice. Tomorrow when I wake up and I'm like, I have a headache and I don't feel good and I'm bloated and I have a zit and I'm not creative. It doesn't matter, Tammy, you have to do a reel, right? Like, that's how I treat myself. Stories are the easiest way. Yes, Courtney, 1,000%. 2 new customers this weekend from stories. Yes, Glenna. So see, stories are huge. And on the flip of so Glenna is attracting people through her stories, which is what I'm saying when you're doing your social media posts. On the flip side of that, what Courtney is saying is on the top 5 where it says your reach outs. If you go into the stories and scroll past your Thrivers, don't I love all my Thrivers. I do. I don't always know what's going on in your world because I scroll past you because you don't, well, you do pay my bills a little bit, but you know what I mean? I got to go find new people. So I scroll past you and I find someone who's not a Thriver. If someone is taking the time to put something on their story, that means they love it. They care about it. It's exciting to them. It means something to them. Comment about it. And when you make a comment or ask a question from that story, it goes directly into Messenger. And where are the millions made? Billy Holderby taught us a long time ago. They are made in Messenger. So that's where you want to go. Reels repurposed and posted will get people. Yeah. So to Sandra's point, if and here's how I do mine, and everyone probably does it different. And this is not a Reels training, but I'll just tell you what I do. I make my reel in Instagram. From there, I share it to my Pinterest. From there, I copy it to a watermark remover. So it cleans it up. It takes the watermark off of it and saves a clean copy to my phone. And then I take that and I load that to TikTok, and I load that to Facebook. I've only made it once. I've only written the caption once. There's just a whole lot of copy and paste after that. But now that one reel has ended up on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and TikTok. So when I say do a reel, even if I only do one reel, I've got 4 things generated and a video done in stories. Yeah, that's actually the newest thing that I learned. Lacey actually taught me that. So when you make stories in Instagram, they can be repurposed with the click of a button and made into a reel. One of the best ways to do it is to put them into a highlight. So, you have your stories, then you have the story highlights. You can take a highlight, create a new highlight. Maybe you want to call your highlight My Thrive Life or whatever. I don't know. And you want to put 4 or 5 pictures from the last getaway that you earned. You can upload those stories that you made about your getaway, because Instagram saves all your stories. As soon as you say make a new highlight and you click add to the highlight, it will show you. You can scroll for days. It'll show you every story you've ever made. You can put those into the highlight, click convert to a reel, and it will automatically take those stories. It will put it into a reel. It will give you suggested music, and it'll flow. Someone needs to show me how to do that. Sheila, let me think. I think we have a video. I'm going to see if I can find the video, like where we talk about it, and I'll tag you. I'm going to make myself a note. I'm not really making a note yet because I don't write it. Okay. Sheila, Rio. So there's lots and lots and lots of different things. And also I will tell you, just in case I can't find the video, go to Modern Millie on YouTube. Modern Millie on YouTube will walk you through so many things. Okay, Corey. So same thing. If I can't find it, go to Modern Millie. That's how I learn all the things, except that time Lacey taught me that. I'm not sure where Lacey learned that. So Lacey, if you get a chance, you could maybe say how you maybe you just hit the button and try it, because sometimes that's the best way to do it too. Okay, so moving forward, sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, end of month activities, things you need to think about while we just have 4 days left. Do you have your PPA of $100? So what is PPA? That is, no, let me take that back. It's PV, not PPA. Why are there so many acronyms, and who put me in charge? Okay, do you have your PV, your personal volume? Is it at least $100? You'll find, you know what, let's just go look. Let's look together. Log into your cloud if you've been kicked out. Go back down to that business snapshot that we looked at earlier to do our rate of run. But this time, scroll past qualifications and click the gray bar that says orders. The very first thing it's going to show you is current PV. If that is not $100 or more before the end of the month, you will not be able to get commission. Sorry, I was eating hamburger meat at the same time listening. I was just curious how you learned that we could take the stories and make them into a reel. I was going to reference people to go learn, or like I said, maybe you just hit the button and figured it out. Okay, so your PV has to be $100. How do you get $100 of PV? Either you purchase something on your own personal promoter account, not under your husband, not someone on your team, your personal account, or the preferred method is sell $100 to a customer that is yours, not someone else's, but yours. That's the best way to do it. When they talk about how you don't have to spend money to earn money here, it's true. You don't have to spend the $100 to be eligible for commission. You can just sell the $100. IG, it's a lady. Oh, that's right. You did. Okay. She's going to put the lady. There's a gal on Instagram that does tons of social media tips and tricks, and she's going to put the handle in here. I want all of you guys to write that down. I will say it out loud when I see it, for anyone watching this on the replay, because the notes won't be there. But so that's the thing. Everybody wants to learn how to do stuff. Everybody wants us to tag them and stuff. Everybody wants us to teach us. You got to go. Sometimes you got to go find it on your own. Sometimes you just got to go be resourceful and find it on your own. Okay, so PV of $100 or more. Now that we know what our PV is, I want us to go all the way back up to the top to the main menu. And this time you're going to open it up to the My Team button, and you're going to go to your sponsorship downline. And at the top where it says level 1 promoter number ascending, you could leave it at level 1, but where it says promoter number, click it, and it's going to give you a bunch to pick from. Click current PV. And then, and then click it from, mine was defaulted to ascending. Click it to descending and click sort. Glenna, you're my hero. All right, so now that we have, you got your level 1s, your current PV and descending, you can look, you can scroll down really quick, go over to the column that says current PV, and you can scroll, and you'll like, I got a gal right here. She's only got $52 in PV. She's one on my list to talk to tomorrow. Yes, she's a promoter. She's my promoter. She's my responsibility. So I'm going to write her name down on my follow-up list. Yes, it's more than 4, but it's okay, kids. Go above and beyond. Social marketing queen, all one word. Social marketing queen is who you can find on Instagram and follow her and learn all kinds of stuff. And then I have some people below that have 0 PV. And so actually I have one girl on here that has 0 PV. She almost has $12,000 in sales volume though. So if she doesn't get her $100 PV in the next 4 days, she will miss getting paid and she'll miss her auto bonus. So her name is going on my list for tomorrow. And don't assume that people are always paying attention, because some of you right now didn't even know to look at this until you learned this tonight, right? So don't assume everyone on your team is paying attention. I do think it's the whole thing, put your mask on first before you help someone else. So I for sure look at mine first, and then I go through my list. And I don't say anything like, I'm putting a gun to your head, you have to spend $100. I'm just saying, hey, just a reminder, your PV is below 100. You want to get paid next month. We've got 4 days to get that fixed. Lacey says you can also follow Brittany Batla. So BRITTNEY BATLA for some social marketing kind of stuff. And so that was my level 1. I can sort that. I can go level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can go through my team and I can say, hey, heads up, you don't have your 100 PV. That is something that I do at the end of the month because I just like to do that. I like to make sure my team knows. We did actually have a gal on our team one time who, I'm going to screw it up. I think it was as extensive as double, triple kind of situation where she was doing rebates and she didn't get her PV. She did not get the extra commission and she owed people money. So I guess I was scarred from that one. So now I do it, whatever. Live and learn, live and learn. Okay, so is your PV $100 or more? Is your team's PV $100 or more? Do you have all of the active promoters that you need to qualify for whatever rank you're shooting for? Let me tell you another devastating story. Somebody comes to you and they've got $13,000 in volume and they are convinced that they are getting an auto bonus, but they only had 2 active promoters as level 1s. They're not getting their auto bonus. There's a tracker. They got to pay attention to that stuff. So I don't go through all of that for people's stuff. I will just send out a message to my auto bonus earners who aren't communicating with me on a regular basis and say, what's your tracker look like? Screenshot it and send it to me so that I can say, hey, do you see on your tracker here, you don't have enough level 1 promoters active? Like I'll have that conversation. Because again, if somebody's banking on an $800 check and they don't get it, that hurts. And they typically learn that lesson once and then they don't ever do that again. Okay. And I just lost my picture I was following. I don't know. There's other end of the month stuff. It'll come to me. So those are the things that need to be buttoned up here over the next few days. You need to focus on your business first. Obviously, to me, I don't start my day without my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I do that first. I do that before I dive into any of my team stuff because that's my business. And here's the thing, I'm not going to go into my team and say, hey, did you do this or did you do that when I haven't even done it yet? I also want to be available for my team. So I want my stuff done. Here's the other great thing about getting your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 done early in the day. When you do those 5 reach outs in the morning and you're done and you start doing all the other things you do during the day, at lunch, you can check your messages and respond to people. At dinner, you can check your messages and respond to people. Instead of scrambling to try to get your business done, you can actually be in those conversations that we've, tried to start that morning. So let's talk about, just real quick, because we're getting close to time. As far as coming up with your reels, coming up with your stories, coming up with your posts, to me, a no-brainer in your stories every single day, share your Thrive some way, somehow. I repetitively share my capsules. I could share my capsules, my shake, and my DFT every single day. To me, I think that gets a little overwhelming for people who are watching. If you're a Thriver and you're following my stories, it's not at all overwhelming for you because you know what the hell I'm doing, right? But somebody who's paying attention and kind of peeking in on my stuff, if I'm showing a bunch of different things, it's going to be confusing. It also could make them think, oh my gosh, I have to buy all this stuff. So I tend to pick one product and stick with it. If you want to share all 3 of your steps, refer to them as your 3 steps, like call them one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember to dumb it down. The people you want to attract are not Thrivers. So they don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So when you say I'm doing my Pink Pro, cool. Is that a gym shoe? I don't know what a Pink Pro is, right? So I'm just drinking my collagen. It makes my life so much easier. You can show them the Pink Pro, but don't just call stuff whatever and think that people understand what you're talking about. But a non-negotiable for me is at some point in time in my stories, I share my capsules. It's typically first thing in the morning because that's when I take them. And promoter hack, for those of you that are like, I'm too busy in the morning, I can't stop to take my picture, take it before you go to bed. You're going to look the exact same when you wake up as you do when you go to bed, maybe a little more disheveled in the morning, but before you go to bed, you can do a quick little boomerang holding your capsules up, or you can open them and pour them in your hand and then just set them by your nightstand. You can do that at night before you go to bed. So whatever, maybe you have a screaming kid first thing in the morning, do it at night. There's options. Here's the other thing. Get crazy on a Sunday afternoon and take, 10 different ones. Share your capsules differently. Maybe standing in your kitchen, maybe just the capsules on the counter, maybe you holding a packet, and save them to your phone. And then you don't have to do anything in the morning except click, whatever I'm clicking. Share story. So work smarter, not harder. Don't make it complicated. Oh, at night. Yeah. Oh, Michelle, my favorite thing to do is do it at night because I'm already in my PJs. I'm already in bed and I'm literally pulling them out and putting them on my nightstand. So it's perfect time to be like, hey, need my capsules. So think outside the box, be creative with stuff like that. And for me, when it comes to stories, it's really important to show your face and talk. And I know some of you that makes you just want to vomit, but I'm here to tell you, if you want to grow your business, you got to start talking to people. If you ever walked into, let's say you wanted to purchase a new phone and you walked into Verizon and nobody talked to you, how the hell are you going to buy that phone? Right? How are you going to pick who you want to buy the phone from? How are you going to know anything about the phone? If you walked into Verizon and somebody held up a picture of a meme, are you going to know anything more about that person? No. So that's you. You're the salesperson. This is your office. When they're going through your stories, they're standing in your store. Talk to them. Tell them what's going on with your day. Ask them what's going on with their day. Throw out a poll. You can share funny stuff in your stories, but if all you're doing is sharing memes or graphics, you're not letting people get to know you. And so when somebody is maybe curious about the capsules you share every morning, but then they know nothing else about you, there's not going to be that warm fuzzy. And maybe somebody else on their story feed might start talking and they're going to feel warm and fuzzy from them. So let them get to know you. Use your voice, use your face. And you guys, you do not have to look pretty to be on your stories. A, you can use a filter if you want, but B, this is real life. I always crack up. People get so mad about filters. Okay. A, I know if there's a filter because it says there's a filter. So you're not fooling anybody. So, but it's okay. Like if you like filters, if you like the color, cool, whatever. And B, just be yourself. It's okay. I would rather, if I am tired and looking for energy and I'm feeling chunky and I want help with that, I would rather look at someone who looks normal that told me that they found a way to do it versus looking at someone who looks like they just walked out of Kim Kardashian's makeup room, because I'm going to be like, well, damn, of course they did it. Look at them, right? Like just be yourself. And then as far as like your reels go, I think it's a great idea just to save a bunch and then do them. Again, if you're only doing funny reels, like I love reels and I think they're hilarious and I think that they're funny. But if that's the only kind of reel you're doing, no one's going to learn about. So speaking of, do you know the reel where it's like, you got to talk about your business to have a business? You got to talk about your business to have a business. Okay. You got to talk about your business if you want to have a business. So you can do funny reels, but then throw in other things. The funny ones, like if you think it's funny and you share it, other people who think it's funny are going to like it, right? And they're going to start, you'd be like, oh, okay, Lisa Cook has some of the funniest, most adorable reels. It just makes me love her that much more. And so I'm going to start watching more of hers, right? And then eventually she's going to throw in some of her Thrive stuff too. But here's where you take it to the next level. And if you are not sure what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, Lacey, I'm going to encourage everyone to go to Lacey Vamos's Facebook page, scroll down to her reels and start looking through them. Lacey just shares her life in her reels. She's not doing a lot of the voiceover kind. She's not worried about the filters and stuff. She's showing video of her kid and maybe she's talking or there might be a song, but she is using reels because that is the thing that is getting pushed out there to talk to her audience about everything in her life. So don't just feel like your reels have to be something funny or have to be a voiceover. It just has to be you. Basically nowadays, I sound like an old lady, when I think, oh, I'm going to make a post about that, I'm like, wait, how can I make that into a reel? Because my reel is going to get seen by more people than a post. Pro tip, since IG has been super glitchy recently, yes, girl, don't delete the app and okay, yeah. So if for any reason like Instagram gets fudged up, which it's famous for right now, if you have to uninstall it and reinstall it, if you have saved any of your drafts, like where you've done a reel but you haven't shared it yet, they'll all go away. That's why I'm such a huge fan of keeping a clean copy of it on my phone. And you can even, before you post it, there's a arrow in the upper left and you can click that and it will download it to your phone. So you want to keep, like if you have bunches of stuff, yeah. And sometimes, as Lacey found out, they will just sometimes randomly delete all your drafts. So I'm a fan of batching, but I also know that there's going to be days where I'm going to have nothing to batch or like nothing from my leftover and I'm going to have to do it on the fly. So oh gosh, like when TikTok first came out, I'm 47. Okay. I'm going to throw this out. I'm 47. When TikTok came out, it was for 12-year-olds. At least this is what I heard about it. It was for 12-year-olds. They did lots of dancing, like choreographed dancing. And if you think it's not been that long ago that there were 12-year-olds doing choreographed dancing on TikTok, but it's okay. All the old people, we moved in. We did to their TikTok what we did to their Facebook and what we did to their Instagram. We are here. We have moved in. So you don't have to dance on your TikToks and reels. You can talk. You can share your life. So if you think, oh, I think this would be a good post, perhaps instead of typing it, you just hold your phone out and talk it. That's it. Like it could not be more simple, because that reel of you saying what you were going to make the post about is going to be seen by so many more people. Now, does that mean never make a post? No, of course, at least get a post a day on your page, because when somebody starts to follow you and then they go to your page, they're going to start scrolling through and trying to see all your stuff. So you want something there, but for the love of Pete, I don't know if I've said it enough, do reels. If you aren't doing reels, you are losing. You're losing the game. The train has left and it's a good few miles in front of you. And so you can get caught back up or you can keep letting it go. And again, I cannot recommend enough, like searching out some of these people on Instagram who can help. There's tutorials that you can watch, or go to that Modern Millie on YouTube. She is my favorite because she explains it in words that I understand. Okay. April 1 is coming. What are you doing in April? You can put it in the chat. You can tell me, what is your goal in April? Where are you taking your business in April? Bunch of shy promoters tonight. Local on the 3rd. All right. Shantae's my only shot. Okay. I want to add a ton of new customer accounts. Yes, girl. I am looking for 2 new promoters. Yes, Corey. I'm doing multiple face-to-face. I'm excited about that. I saw your post today. I got super excited. Face-to-face events. So I want to point out, Shantae said she's doing a local on the 3rd. Lacey said she's doing a face-to-face event. So they're going about things a little differently. And they're both correct and right. There is no wrong. So a local is what you guys know a local to be, speakers in a room. Lacey threw out, do you guys want to do a craft night? Do you want to do, I forget what all you threw out. I'm just trying to remember, but she's just getting people together who love to thrive, and you can bring friends. So it may be, I mean, it will turn into a Thrive local-ish in the fact that I'm sure there'll be conversation, but it's not necessarily like a structured local. Thrivepalooza and then coming home on fire to hit 12K. Yes. Local in April and new customers. Yes. Speaking at a local on the 3rd, 5 new accounts by Friday. Ooh, get it, girl. Okay. So that leads me into Thrivepalooza. Next Thursday, well, next Friday, officially, I think it starts, right? But we're flying there on Thursday. Anyway, we have a week and a half to get super focused. When I talked about how this week is only good if last week was good, I want you to think about all the things that are going to drop at Thrivepalooza. They're going to drop a new product. They've already talked about E. My guess is they're going to have some sort of promo. I don't know. Like Palooza is their big party. Like this is it. Like it's the wedding that they have every year, and they put everything into this big event, right? So if you wait until the day they announce the stuff at Thrivepalooza to be like, oh, hey, Facebook world, this is blah, 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 you're behind. You have to work now. You have to be doing those reels now about your business. You have to be doing the reach outs now. So you're making connections with people. You have to be doing the follow-up so that you're flipping over all the stones. Get all of that activity and momentum, because then when whatever it drops, you already have eyes on you. You already have people excited to hear what you've got coming next. So this next week, and plus part of the next one, I'm going to push really hard. I'm going to tell you, you guys need to be focused on getting Thrive in people's hands. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean the 3 steps. If you're like, gosh, Tammy, it must be nice to have a bunch of product to give away. It doesn't have to be nice to have a bunch of product to give away. Okay. You can have a strip of DFTs and you can put 2 of those in an envelope and send them to somebody. You can have a packet of Activate. You can put that in an envelope and send it to somebody. You can hand it to someone. Your goal needs to be to get Thrive in people's hands. And it doesn't always have to be newbies. These people who have not ordered in a few months, that's the perfect candidate for me to be like, you know what? I got an envelope loaded up with a surprise for you. What's your address? And shoot them off some recharge, or shoot them off Black Label, or throw in, whatever I've got laying around. Every bit of activity you put into your business will come back to you. It won't always be the thing. So let's say you send somebody 3 recharges. Does that mean they're going to buy recharge? No, but lo and behold, they may show up in your messenger in a couple of weeks and they may buy Activate. But guess what? They're not going to do crap if you're not out there doing something on your own. I missed some people here. Sarah says, working on a logo with Lacey, working to add new customers and 1 promoter, spending time in person with a leader at the end of the month. Yes, to grow and push. Sheila says, so excited for my first Thrivepalooza. Lacey says, I just did a sheet of recharge to almost 20 people and a happy Easter card. Yes. Didn't you say something about recharge over the holiday or something? I forget what your wording was. Michelle says she's going to be adding new customers. So yeah, it can just be a simple gesture to your existing customers or to customers that fell off the face of the earth. And guess who else I did? It said, I hope you get to relax and recharge with family over the holidays. Isn't that cute? There's a whole group of people that a lot of you are forgetting about, and they are your promoters who no longer promote. I lovingly call them non-promoting promoters. They are people who made an account and ordered at one time, maybe even sold at one time. Maybe they were a 40K at one time. Don't forget about them. Stay in contact with them. Ask them how their life is going. What's going on in your world? What's new and different with you? Somebody could have in the back of their mind, you know what? I felt so good when I was thriving. but I'm not going to call Courtney because she probably hates me because I quit promoting. Like people think that way. Have you not ever done something and be like, well, they probably hate me now? And that person didn't think twice about you, but you think they hate you. So you're not going to talk to them. So you be the big person here and you reach out. What's going on in your world? I miss your face. I haven't seen you in forever. Or go to their social media and peek and then talk to them. But I mean, I know for me personally, I have over 60 some non-promoting promoters that I make sure to stay in contact with, because that's a group of big potential. Sarah says, those messages I just sent to my promoters, I got a positive response. Those messages, the one about, remind me, tell me, Sarah, can you unmute?
Yeah, where I went out into my promoters' upline chats and told them that I had been doing a lot of things to work on myself as a leader, and that if I let them down or was not there for them the way they needed in this business, that I'm sorry, and that I'm here if they want to give it another try.
Yes, thank you. And I'm so glad you brought that up because I wanted to share that with everybody, but I completely blanked out. And then I thought you were talking about like a sample message. You guys, that could, I'm sure, and Sarah could probably speak on this, that was not an easy message to send, but it was also kind of easy because it's true. She went back through her team that dropped off and just said, hey, I've learned a lot. I've been working to get better at this. Maybe I didn't do a great job the first time, or hell, I didn't do a great job. Like this, you use the words that work for you. But if you want to get back to thriving, if you want to get back to promoting, I'm here, I'm ready, I want to help you. Like, how awesome is that to get that kind of message from someone who you probably are thinking, well, they're mad at me because I left. Lindsay says, working my team page and showing them what I do and how easy it is to restart or start. Yes, I cannot stress this enough for any of you that have teams, like to where you have a team page or a team chat, get your butt in there. So I'm not going to call out names, but I'm going to tell you, we had 3 amazing leaders in my downline who they were avoiding their team page like the plague because nobody ever listened. Nobody ever showed up to watch the videos. Nobody ever responded, or blah, 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 blah. But that's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you show up, the more they will show up. And I can tell you that leaders are seeing that and feeling that now. The more consistent you are, the more they're going to pay attention. Here's the thing. If you are relying on your team to listen to your upline, like, so like, for example, if Shantae, who is my level 2, is like, my team is just going to listen to Tammy. She trained on that new promo and I'm just going to tell them to listen to Tammy. Okay. So I signed up Samantha signed up Shantae. I didn't even know Shantae existed until the day she signed up. So you can bet that I don't know anybody existed that's under her. Why in the hell are they going to listen to me? They don't know me. They're going to listen to Shantae. They're going to listen to whoever they signed up under. So even if you don't have a team per se, if you have promoters who click the button under you, you have a team. Even if it's one, heck, if it's one, you literally have no excuse because there's only one person you have to send a message to, but you have to stay in contact with these people. You have to teach them. And I promise you, when you show up in your team on a regular basis, it's where the magic happens. People are there for you. Sheila says, because I met you and you're awesome, LOL. Well, I do know who you are now, but I didn't know before. Okay, so I've preached enough. I'm over my time. I don't even know if I really got you prepared for the week, but I hope that I fired your butts up because I cannot tell you, this is your business. This is your job. If you aren't doing your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 bare minimum every single day and holding yourself accountable to it, if you get to the end of the day and you're like, man, I'm tired, I did not add new names to my list, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Just check yourself out right now, because that is not how you grow a business. You say, you know what, I am tired, but I'm not going to close my eyes until I get on Facebook and send 2 new friend requests. It takes, let me see, how long does it take? All right, somebody ready to time me? Okay, somebody start counting and go. I'm going to click my profile. I'm going to go to where it says find friends. I'm going to click add friend, done. How long was that? 4 seconds. 4 seconds to add 2 friends to my friend list. So when people are like, I didn't have time, Are you with me? All right. This whole boot camp leader thing has got me fired up. Okay. Thrivepalooza, if you're not going, please keep your eyes and ears open, or book a ticket. There's still time. Get in a car. I don't know where you live. Drive yourself there. Find a way to get there. Get yourself ready. Let's do samples this week, you guys. Put Thrive in people's hands one way or the other. With it being the end of the month, do you have credits left to spend? Do you have, are your customers thriving for free? Maybe you've got a girl who's got one customer referral, but not two, and you have $30 in credits. Reach out to her and say, hey, do you know anybody that wants to thrive? I got $30 in credits. We can give them off their first order. By the way, it'll get you thriving for free in April. You have so many tools that you can use to help people. So make sure you are helping people. Michelle says, I don't know anyone that Facebook thinks I do. I don't know anyone. Facebook is suggesting people that you don't know, like you don't have mutual friends. Because I don't always know those people either, but we have mutual friends. So to me, it's like being at a cocktail party. When you go to someone's house, not even a birthday party. How many times have you gone to a birthday party and you're like, I don't know anybody here, but I know the girl having the birthday party. And then you meet people at the birthday party because you had a mutual friend. That is just Facebook. Facebook is just one giant cocktail birthday party. That is all this is. Mingle and meet people. Send the friend request. They may not friend you back, but I can guarantee they won't friend you back if you don't send a friend request. So again, activity breeds activity. Where do you see them? I get them rarely. How do you find friends? Go to your profile, like your actual profile, like click on your face where, you know, to where you're on your, okay. So scroll down to, mine says friends and it's showing me all my friends. And to the right, it says find friends. Okay, she got it. All right. And I do have an Android. And so sometimes my stuff doesn't match everybody else's. Okay. Again, I'm going to say it twice. I'm done. That's it. This will be up on the YouTube if you need to listen to it again. I do. For those of you that aren't sure, I have a YouTube channel. It is my name. Every power planning I've ever done, every Monday night Zoom I do with my team personally, it is all on my YouTube. Go learn. Okay, bye.